Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. So last weekend I had a chance to do something that I wanted to do for a number of years. I went to William Shatner's one-man show. It's called Shatner's World. We're just living in it. And now listen, longtime readers of Morning Newsbeat will know that I am a fan of everything Star Trek, right? And I've been that way since the original series went on the air in 1966. I was 12 years old. And I was really looking forward to this show because, you know, as I've written here before, I think Shatner is a master at someone who's able to reinvent themselves with the times, who's always able to kind of take on a slightly new persona to do what he needs to do to stay relevant to new and changing audiences. Now, you know, and that's, you know, listen, that's what he's basically done. He started out as a Shakespearean actor in Canada, understudying Christopher Plummer and Richard III. And he moved from there to Broadway, and then he did, you know, science fiction television. And he spent a number of years after that basically unemployable in TV and movies. He was driving around the country in a truck doing summer stock. And then he did, you know, T.J. Hooker. He did Rescue 911. He did this, then the Star Trek kind of came back, and he did the Star Trek movies. And then he did Denny Crane on Boston Legal. He did, you know, Priceline. And he's done a wide number of different cable and internet series. He's written something like 30 books and now did Broadway. I mean, he has done pretty much everything. And I think this is a terrific lesson for businesses that, you know, you sort of know who you are, you know, what your core value is, but sometimes you just have to reinvent yourself. You have to try and come up with new ways to present yourselves to an audience, to the customer, if you're going to continue to be relevant to that customer. And that's a great thing to do. And, you know, I kind of relate to this a little bit. I always joke that I started out in newspapers and went to magazines and went to video, and now I'm on the internet. And before I'm done, I'll probably be beaming into your offices via hologram. And, you know, listen, that's what you have to do. You just have to sort of kind of keep up with the way the times are moving. Now, I got to tell you, now, Shatner was great in this one-man show. Or maybe what I ought to do is, Shatner was great in his one-man show. And he's bouncing all over the stage, and he's running around and dancing around, and he uses his voice wonderfully. And, you know, and listen, he's 83 years old, and he's energized, and he's engaged, and he's all over the place. And he does almost a 2-hour show without an intermission. I mean, it was really wonderful. It really was great. It was just great fun to watch as he told stories from all over his career. But what I thought was the best lesson from Shatner's world was, as he kind of took us through his life and career, you know, and he was presented with opportunities or challenges, basically he kept coming back to the same phrase. 4 words, 4 basic words. And he basically looked at this, and he would look at the audience, and he'd say, somebody would tell me, give me an opportunity to do something, and I would look at them and I'd say, I can do that. Sort of the same little, you know, as in, what does God need with a starship? But I can do that. And those are powerful words, right, to all of us in our businesses and our careers. You know, sometimes there are opportunities, there are challenges that are thrown at us, and often you know, you kind of back away because you're not sure if you can do it. And it's much more powerful if you kind of look at an opportunity and a challenge and say, I can do that. You know, my brother Tim, he and his wife went with Mrs. Content Guy and me to the show. What he would say about William Shatner is that William Shatner is getting his money's worth out of life. You can just feel it on the stage. And I think that's really true. And that's a really good way to approach life. You got to try and get your money's worth. And whenever presented with an opportunity, say, I can do that. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind. And because I can't help myself, live long and prosper.